Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and in today's video we're going to have a look at the latest from the live radar, run through the UKV, have a look at the precipitation and the temperature over the next 5 days, as it is going to be fairly cool with temperatures average to below average for the time of year, and it is going to be pretty unsettled indeed. We are going to see lots of areas of showers and at times even some persistent rain, and there is the risk into the weekend of some of that rain becoming quite thundery as well, as it could pick up some moisture, as we do see a little bit of a diving southerly tracking jet stream, and the lower pressure systems are just going to sink that much further southwards, meaning the risk of rain increases quite substantially for southern areas where it has been fairly dry over the past few weeks. Now we'll look at that, as said, in detail on the latest UKV, and then we'll have a look at the longer range runs. We are still seeing signs of a bit of a cut-off low developing as we head into next week, where we are going to still see plenty of showers, but equally the temperatures rising as the air mass direction is coming more from the south or the east, which is a warmer direction this time of year. So do remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure you like and subscribe, and remember to follow me on Twitter as well. The link's in the description. Now, if you start on the live radar, I'm recording this quite late in the evening, around 11 PM, and you can see this evening we are seeing plenty of heavy showers packing in for Scotland. Elsewhere though, it is drier. And earlier today, we did see quite a lot of cloud and light rain, but it did fizzle out through the afternoon, which has got dribs and drabs left. Now, through Thursday, we are going to see more showers around, but hopefully most are going to remain dry. You can see with the temperatures, it is pretty cool. It's not cold, still decent conditions, at least for the UK. Temperatures widely in the mid to high teens, if not touching the 20-degree mark today. So not bad, it's just not great for midsummer, if we're being completely honest. Hopefully, though, as we get into next week, that does pick up. Now, if you look at the latest UKV now, you can see as we head through into Thursday, we do see generally, again, another showery day. Most areas, though, remaining fairly dry. As we into evening, we could see a bit of persistent rain drifting in for southern England as we head into early hours of Friday. So it could start Friday off on a wet and drizzly note, but it does clear fairly quickly. The past few days, the UKV has pepped up that area of rain quite substantially. Doesn't look like it's doing that on this latest run, which is positive signs, meaning we're less likely to see heavy rain through Friday morning. But it does bring in heavy rain through Friday evening. Now, initially through the afternoon, it's still fairly dry in most areas, but cloud is building, and then we see some really quite heavy, if not thundery rain spreading up from the south through Friday evening into the early hours of Saturday. It could be pretty horrible indeed if you are out and about for that. Luckily, it looks like the heaviest stuff will be moving through around midnight, but could be pretty severe in places. Some reds and oranges appearing there, so pretty high rainfall rates across quite a large area. So yeah, could be really quite miserable. And then as we head into Saturday, that does clear northwards, but could linger across the east coast, especially up towards Scotland, and then we'll be left with plenty of showers for Saturday afternoon. As we head into Sunday, a bit of a respite, but still plenty of heavy showers around. Again, could be thundery in places. And then as we head into Monday, another area of very heavy, maybe even thundery rain moving in, with some light rain further southwards, but some of that heavy stuff moving in from northern England and southern Scotland. So yeah, it could be pretty abysmal there, if we're being completely honest. We need to keep a very close eye on it. But for the time being, we'll have to see how the next few days go. But yeah, as we head into the weekend, yeah, it could get pretty horrible indeed if we do start to see more of these heavy batches of rain. And I said it's all due to the fact that the jet stream is slightly more southerly tracking now, and it's meaning these low pressure systems are much further southwards from where they usually are this time of year, which is tracking to the north of Scotland. Now, if you have a look at the temperatures, it's not going to be great over the next few days, and that's because of the rain, and generally upper air temperatures aren't amazingly warm. Through Thursday, temperatures could peak around the 20 or 21 degree marks. So again, not terrible, but really not great for the time of year. As we head in towards Friday, temperatures again could get up to 21 or 22, so again decent, but they will be reducing substantially overnight with that rain moving in. And then for Saturday, it could really be held around the mid to high teens, so again, not particularly great there. And then finally into Sunday, again, temperatures high teens at best, and the same can be said for Monday. So looking below average for the next 5 days, really nothing great in terms of those temperatures, but hopefully into next week they should pick up. But yeah, the first week of July, we've had, of course, a few days now. We've got a few more days left, but yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to be a particularly notable one. If it's going to be notable at all, it will be for the generally pretty chilly temperatures that we have had for the time of year. Now, if you have a look at the longer range, you can see low pressure is coming in from the northwest at the moment. The jet stream dive southwards, and we do see more low pressure dominating over the next couple of days. As we progress into next week, this is where we see that bit of cut-off low developing to our south, and I said it does drag a warmer wind direction, and you can see warm air starting to drift up on the eastern edge, which is a positive, but as I said, it could fuel the low pressure, and we could see more showers and more thunderstorms. That pattern continues. Eventually, the jet stream reconnects on the latest GFS, and we see another low pressure system coming in off the North Atlantic. But then right towards 284 hours, we see another cut-off low developing. We're again cut off from the main flow, and again we are seeing some warm air getting dragged up within it. Some very warm or hot air there actually, but as I said, it's not going to be great if we're seeing lots of heavy rain associated with it. Hopefully things do turn around, because yeah, although it is turning slightly warmer, it would stay very unsettled, if not get more unsettled than it is now. But we'll have to wait and see. Still a long way away, but yeah, definitely not looking positive if you're looking for something drier. Warmer, it doesn't look too bad, but drier, yeah, definitely is not great at the moment. If you do finally, compared to the GM and the ECMWF, again, low pressure pushing in at the moment, that cut-off low developing into next week, moving through, and then we see another cut-off low developing, and that kind of sticks around towards day 10. Again, a weaker area of low pressure, but still instability there, and you can see it does try and waft up southeasterly winds. With the low slightly further westwards, it could allow dry conditions further eastwards, and a bigger wedge of very warm air to move in. If we look at the temperature deviation, you can see warm air is building across much of Europe and quite an intense area of heat there across parts of France. I have to wait and see, but again, that is a solution that is possible if that cut-off low, that low is further westwards. It could actually drag up some very warm air, but equally, because we're further from the low, could be drier. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm not too positive about this scenario, as things will really have to align for it to happen. Some of the hottest weather we get is from a pattern like this, but we'll have to wait and see until near the time and see some actual consistency from the models. If you do compare, finally, as said, to the ECMWF, again, low pressure pushing in at the moment, that cut-off low developing into next week, and then as we head towards day 10, more of a flat westerly. So cut-off low disappears with high pressure relating to the south, so quite a big difference to the other runs, and more of a west to northwesterly wind, but there's some warmer air mixing within that, so it wouldn't be too bad, but it probably would be quite gloomy, quite rainy, with warm air coming off the North Atlantic, pick up a lot of moisture. Now, if you finish by looking at the ensembles, up and down over the next few days, but generally below average as we head into next week, then we trend to average, above average, but really hovering around sort of the 1991-2020 mean. Precipitation fairly high, again backing the signs of something a bit warmer, or at least warmer than it is now, but remaining unsettled. You can see some very warm runs there, like the GFS and a few other ensemble members. Again, that is a risk, but at this stage, we'll just have to wait and see. You can see some very big precipitation spikes, especially there. Prime example, GFS operational run, rising the extended range, very warm, if not hot, heat wave level air mass. But look at the precipitation spikes. Huge, 20 millimeters plus. That's lots of heavy, thundery rain with very warm air. So we could get something very warm in the air mass, but then equally combined with some very heavy rain. We'll have to wait and see. That could be the pattern as we head into the middle of the month. If you finish by looking at the ECMWF ensembles, broadly very similar, below average over the next 5 days, trending back towards average into next week, maybe above average. We need to wait and see those ensembles consolidate on those upper air temperatures, but remaining fairly unsettled, which again is not particularly great. We'll just have to, as I said, wait and see. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you have enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.